What's up? Welcome back to Thriving Thursday. It's crazy. I have a special guest with me, but first, for those who haven't been on, for those who haven't seen what Thriving Thursday is, I am Asaria. I was about to say it. For those who haven't seen this podcast and haven't listened and tuned in, I am your host and I am Asaria de la Cruz. And we like to film content just surrounding any topic. And it releases every single Thursday. And we just try to find topics to talk about to help us thrive in life. And that's why it's called Thriving Thursday. So, without further ado, I have a young gentleman next to me. Today, we have my childhood best friend with us. And you might be like, childhood best friend? Yeah, I grew up with this boy. I fought with him.
Sure did.
I hugged him. I kissed him. Everything. I present to you my little brother, Ayden Burgos.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, just so y'all know, my birthday was last week on Wednesday. And a lot of me and Ayden we go to separate churches. And my church group, I'm very close to, like all the youth and stuff. And so they were here and like half of them didn't even know he was my brother.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I feel like it's super special to have him on and to be able to introduce him. So now he can't say that y'all don't know that he's my brother because now y'all know he's my brother. So
Sure.
how does that feel?
Feels great. Feels amazing. I gotta be known, you know? I gotta be known.
Yes. So me and Ayden have grown up together all our lives. He is a year and a half younger than me. So I just turned 21 last week. And I know everyone thinks I'm like 24, 23. And then when I say 21, they're like, oh my God, you're 20? I'm like, yeah, sorry. So yeah, I turned 21 last week on Wednesday. And Ayden, his birthday's in May. And he just turned 19, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like a year and a half younger than me. We've just shared so much life together.
Crazy stories, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Ups, downs.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like transitioning to adulthood as siblings that were super close was like kind of hard.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're starting to cultivate your own life and you're like, that's my sibling, that's my best friend, but like they're also doing their own thing.
Yeah.
They're working. Excuse me. They're working, they're doing this, they're doing that, and I feel like life's just super busy. But
it's always busy, no matter what.
yeah.
Even if you're young, shoot. I still remember when I was young, man.
Hey,
when I was young, but I'm only 19. I'm 19.
Oh my God. Well, Ayden is into sports. Baseball is our family sport anyways, which I talked to y'all about like not too long ago. But Ayden's into sports. He is into photography. He's been working on building his own photography business.
Mm-hmm.
He has a girlfriend, Neely. Super sweet girl. And what else? I'm trying to think. He works at a bank.
Yeah.
For right now, he works at a bank, working customer service with people. And yeah. What else about yourself?
Just got a new car, you know what I'm saying?
Just got a new car, big boy purchase.
Heck yeah. Gotta get that Mustang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Couldn't get the Z like Rick, but it's all right. It's all right.
It's okay. The Z's just collecting dust anyways. At least you got a running car. Yeah, big boy purchase for sure.
Let's see. What else? I mean, anything exciting? Nothing really exciting, to be honest. Besides work, gym. I mean, you know, I go to the gym almost every night, play basketball. I gotta stay active now that I'm not in high school.
Yeah.
And since I didn't go to college, for baseball or nothing, I gotta stay active, gotta keep my body in shape,
Yeah.
Can't let it die down.
That's true. That's true. We went on a walk today for the first time. We did a 2 mile walk at Fairview Park. And I was like, yep, my legs feel it. Because I haven't worked out in so long. And even though it's only
I
two
shake.
miles, and we used to run that. We actually ran cross country
Girl, we used
together.
to run 4 miles,
Ayden
man.
was a track star, literally. And I remember he got like literally first place at a cross country meet like
Almost
twice.
second. I got second. Some.
The one that no, you got first one time.
There was a Mexican kid that had passed me. That dude was a runner. He was a
Are you
runner.
sure? I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. It was like that school in I don't even
It
remember
was in
where it
Bells.
was. You got
Bells.
second.
I got
Okay.
second. Yeah.
And you went to state with me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ayden went to state as well. We ran cross country together. Man, we would have to be up at 4:30 in the morning, and then I would drive us. Since I was older, I would drive us to practice at 5 a.m.
I don't miss
That
those
was
days.
tough.
I don't miss those days.
That was tough.
I don't miss those days. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Well, I miss the like big sister, little brother encouragement at the practices and like
Oh yeah.
meets and stuff. Because everyone knew we were siblings and it was like a sibling duo.
Yeah.
Because it's like, they both run cross country together and like all these things.
I still remember because I think you had done cross country 1 year before me. And so, man, you were like, come on.
I told you.
Yeah, you're like, do it, do it. I'm like, I don't want to do this. Like, it's running. I don't got stamina like that. Tried it. Didn't like it still, but then I ran the cross country meets and I'm like, all right, let's do this. I still remember that first cross country meet. Man, it was hot.
It's tough.
It was hot.
Because you have to run like up hills, down
Yeah.
hills,
Yeah.
through curves, and it's like 85,
Yeah.
89 degrees.
And then
At least for the meets, because practices were super early.
Oh
so
yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't
No,
hot.
it was good in the mornings.
But the meets, man.
I still remember that first race though, when you had gone first. It was the girls' race, and I was cheering you, and I just felt goosebumps. I was like, oh man, like this is a crazy experience, because like you don't. Not most people get to play sports or do like track and stuff like with their siblings, because some siblings are so far apart in grades and ages and stuff like that. But I was like, this is actually really dope. I was like, you know what? All right, this is cool. Let's keep doing it. I wanted to quit so bad. Just a heads up, I wanted to quit so bad.
You were so good at it, though. Like, I remember, and I was like, wow. Like, he's naturally so talented for this. Like,
That stuff was... It was competitive, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah, for
Very
sure.
competitive.
It was really competitive.
I guarantee you.
But we had a really good coach. Shout out Coach Clint.
Oh, yeah, Coach Clint.
I mean...
We still love you.
Yeah, he was a phenomenal coach. I mean, if it wasn't for him, I would not have been able to go all the way.
No.
And go to state and like all those things. That was such a crazy experience.
Yeah. Yeah, if it wasn't for him, I'd definitely say like it would have been tough.
I remember like when we did do the state meet in Waco and it was like 98 degrees outside and it was at the biggest golf course out there in Waco. And I just remember being like, I'm gonna die. Like, it's gonna be the Lord taking me to heaven today because this is rough. And I remember like, honestly, a lot of times when I was super, super discouraged and I felt like my body was giving out and stuff, I would just think about God and be like, God, can you please give me strength? Like, I want to finish this. And like, I remember even one time, I just pictured that like Jesus was at the end of the finish line. And I was like, dang, I gotta get to him. And like, that helped me so much.
Hit him with that. She a runner, she a track star.
But yeah, those were the days, man.
Man, I still remember it. Because y'all had one before us, right? In that big meet. Yeah, that stuff was crazy. Because I remember our meet, after ours, I thought I was going to die. You were at the finish line.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to die. I was about to go to the ER tent. I was like, I can't.
Wait, are we in the picture together?
Yeah, we are.
On the newspaper?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Babe, can you go get the newspaper little thing that's on the dresser that's next to the TV?
Looks like you
Here, hold out. There you go. I'm right here. Lift it up. Oh, it's ripped a little bit right here. This is TCS cross country to state. And then Ayden is right here.
Way on the other side.
So I'm right here, and Ayden's right here. And this was in
I think that was
2018.
18.
18.
Dang.
Yeah, that was
Those are the good
insane.
days.
It was really insane. But yeah,
Those are
here
the
we
good
are.
days. Dang, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oops, sorry. Yeah, it's crazy. What's your favorite childhood memory of us together?
Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it just randomly popped in my head when you asked that. I remember at the house, I remember where that one old guy Stan used to live
Mm-hmm.
by like when Jerlene and all of them lived over there in the same
Mm-hmm.
area. That house, there was a tree, and we used to climb that tree.
Mm-hmm.
And every time a
I have
FedEx
a
truck
picture of
or
that tree.
like I remember FedEx, uh, we're like, oh, they kidnap people. And so we would hide in the tree. No joke. We would hide in the tree and we would be like, stay frozen. And so we'd freeze in a tree and crouch down and make sure they don't see us because I don't know why. We just thought they would kidnap us. And then every time like a truck or a car or anything passed by, we would always freeze in that tree. I don't know why. It just clicked. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
we
But
did. I actually have pictures of, I think that Nana had taken of like me in the tree, in that
yeah,
tree right
that
in front
tree
of
had
the
a
house.
lot of memories. We would climb that tree
Yeah,
almost every day. There was bird
facts.
nest in that tree we would
Um,
look at.
it's probably
Man,
where I got stung the first time because I've been stung like
probably.
3 times by bees.
Man, yeah.
One of my favorite childhood memories is, do you remember when we used to live in Grapevine, like when we first moved here,
Yeah.
when Mariah was a baby? And
Yeah.
we used to have the Chihuahua Asher
Yeah.
and the bearded dragon Adelaide.
Yeah.
Um, so it was when we would go down to the front of the house when the
The guy with
paleta
the ice
man,
cream.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he would have the paleta, and then he would have the chicharron with the
Yup.
like Valentin sauce.
Yup.
And that was like, that's one of my favorite memories because we would always run out there, and then you would get like the fake gun that you put the like, little powder thing
Yeah.
into,
And
and
it
like
had
you
that
shoot it,
spark.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and then we would like always play in that house. We would always play teacher. I'd be the
Yeah.
teacher, and like
Dang,
I
I
don't
still
know.
remember that,
I just
bro.
feel like that was like like such, and that was like me and you still. Like Mariah was a baby, so it was really
No,
just
because
me
I
and
wasn't even in
you.
school. Because you were in school. You were in like pre-K or something like that. Or I forgot. But I would stay home and watch like Dora or something like
I'm,
that with Mariah,
I'm
remember?
pretty sure I was like in first grade because when we moved to Sherman, I was in second grade, and we moved from Chicago to
Oh
Grapevine.
yeah.
So, and I did go to school out in Grapevine, but I don't know. I don't remember which one, what grade I was
Yeah.
in.
Dang, that's crazy. I still remember there was one time because it was like a steep stairs.
Yeah.
And you had money on top of a dresser and I actually stole the money, went downstairs,
Bruh.
got the chicharron with the Valentina sauce. Oh my gosh. I remember I got in trouble that day because I was in the corner because there was the stairs and then there was obviously the corners. And I still remember I was trying to sneak the chicharron and the Valentina and I was
Oof.
eating it in the corner and I forgot who. I don't know if it was mom or dad that had caught me, but they're like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Crap!" And I had the whole bag. Like it's a big bag. It was a big bag. I still remember that.
That is so
Dang.
funny.
And then we had a cactus in the front yard. That sucker was
Yeah, we
huge.
did.
Then we'd walk from
And then
school.
that's when mom had the twins because I
Yeah,
remember she would walk in the street. No, where she
she was
I
pregnant with
just
the
remember that
twins.
you said I was asking for brothers, but I only wanted one.
Yep, yep.
And because I okay, so my sister, so I have a younger sister. I prayed for her, like I genuinely prayed for her, because when I asked my mom for a sibling, she said, "Well, ask God to give you one." And I prayed for a sister because I loved my brother, but I wanted a sister, and so I got Mariah, right? So then Ada was like, "Well, I want brothers. That's not fair. I'm gonna pray for a brother." And I remember we were walking to like school, she had a Mariah on the shoulder, and like me and you were walking, and you were like, "I'm gonna pray for your brother because I want a brother,"
Yeah.
and then she got pregnant with twins,
Yeah. I still
boy,
remember because they
boys.
even told us when we were small, they even told us, they're like, oh, well, you're going to have two brothers. I was like, oh, that's when you said, I was like, I only wanted one. I was like, now I got two. It's all right. We're blessed. We're blessed. We're blessed.
Yeah, it's been fun. Let me see. I had wrote down a question earlier. Okay, what's one word you would describe? What's one word you would use to describe the little me? And then I will say a
The
word
little
for
you.
you.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. I can't even think of a word. I don't know. I would probably say, I don't know. That's hard. That's hard.
Well, like, okay, so when I think of you, the younger you, like one word I would describe little you would be you were super caring. Like you would never let me sleep by myself. Me and Aiden slept together literally until like I was in like fourth grade.
Yeah. Dude, I still
Like
remember
we
that.
always slept together. Even though we had separate rooms and we had separate beds,
Literally, I would
we
go in
would
the middle
always
of the
sleep
night and
together.
go sleep with you.
He'd either most of the time it was him sleeping with me, but I remember when I was really little, I would be the one that always went to his room to go sleep with him. Um, but you're just super caring because like you would always listen to me and you'd always help me and like you'd always like make sure like I didn't feel like alone and like so I feel like even though you were a boy, like you were just super caring. And even though I was the older sister, you were still caring towards me.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that.
Hmm.
No, I think now that I think about it, like you're probably like really, um, how do you say it? Like always pushing yourself, like to exceed your goals. I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Just cause like I still remember, bro. Like I mean, I don't even know Spanish now, but like when we were young, I still remember in steeplechase, you had your journal and you had like some Spanish app, and you'd write down Spanish words and study and study and study. And now you like you actually got the hang of it. Like you can actually fluently kind of speak Spanish, and I can't really because I didn't. Just a
Let's see
FYI,
how many
just a
Spanish words Aiden
FYI. I
knows.
really I hate to say it, but I don't like Spanish. I don't feel comfortable with it. I'm just putting
He's a
that out
white
there.
boy.
I'm a
No
white
shame
boy.
to my white boys. Y'all are awesome, I
Yeah,
guess.
shout out
But
to Neely. She made me white. Just a heads up. She whitewashed me.
oh my gosh.
But no, like us like even now, like obviously with the podcast and with your shout out Soy Blessed, gotta get them. Make
Yes.
sure y'all go get them candles.
Yes.
Trust me, they smell good.
Especially these Christmas ones coming
Hey,
out.
coming out
Oof.
soon. Trust me, them things smell really good.
Get that
Um,
mustiness out your rooms.
hey, that will get them. Trust me. You got when I order a candle, it's gonna get that smell out of my room. but but yeah, like even now, like you still push yourself to be successful. You know, and that's always a good thing. Because I mean, shoot, like I was never like that. I would say I would do something and I never would finish what I wanted to do. Well, besides now, now that I'm actually trying to do my photography business and, do investments and stuff like that, I'm actually trying to be successful and I'm actually sticking to it. But I mean, like, you've always been like that, like, technically since day one, I guess you could say. But I guess that's how I describe you.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I feel like, well, I don't know. They say it always takes guys twice as long to mature as girls, anyways. And I feel like, especially because our parents were split, and I was like, because for a long time, mom was by herself. And so I felt like I had to be like a mom to you and to Mariah and the twins.
Oh, yeah.
And so I feel like it kind of like made me like kind of mature quicker and think ahead quicker and like all those things. Versus like you as a boy, I feel like maybe you're just like more laid back and like, like my bigger sisters got me. Like it's all gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
okay. But I feel like even now, like you have a lot of goals that you've set up, like the photography business and, your investments that you're doing, um, and like all those things too. And it's hard to reach your goals, but it really just takes hard work.
Yeah.
Like, how bad do you want it? And then go get it,
Yeah.
you know? And I feel like for the most part, we have always been doers. Like we've always been proactive on things that, like if we say like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this," I don't feel like we're like we sit back and just wait for it to like come.
Oh
Like I
yeah.
feel like we're very proactive and like
Yeah.
we seek out what we want to do to make it happen. You know?
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
agree. I mean, like obviously it takes hard work. Like if you just sit back and like, oh, it's gonna come to me. Like it's never gonna be like that. Like I can definitely say like throughout both of our experiences in life, like you really can't expect things to go your way. Like you have to go like it's just like my old coach used to say, like, you gotta be a dog. Like you gotta go get it. Like if a dog's hungry, they're gonna go and eat, you know? You can't be a little puppy and you know
Yeah.
so like be a dog and go eat, motivate yourself. Like that's what I would do, honestly. Like even before going to the gym, I watch motivational TikToks. No, like seriously, I will literally go and watch motivational TikToks so that when I go into the gym, I'm motivated to play.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like that's just how it is nowadays. It's like especially now in this world, like you have to go get it yourself because like there's so many people that are trying to take your spot.
Um.
Like for instance, photography. Like Rick is a photographer. I'm a photographer. David and Vale, they do photography, you know? And it's like nowadays a lot of people want to be photographers. A lot
Yeah.
of days people want to do podcast. Nowadays people want to do this and that.
Yeah.
So like if you want to be top dog, you have to go get it. And I mean, obviously like we've been doing that since day one. Like
Yeah.
and obviously if it doesn't go our way, it doesn't go our way. We find something new, we stick to it, you know, try to try
Yeah,
to
I feel like
get
always
better.
keeping in the back of your head, like, this is my plan, but it doesn't mean that's the Lord's desire for me.
Yeah.
Because, like, I can have a plan and go and get after it, but but at the end of the day, if it's not God's will for my life, then no matter how hard I try to do it, it's not going to work out. Or
Yeah.
there's always going to be some type of issue because
Yeah.
it's not meant for me, you
Yeah.
know? I feel like that's always something good to keep in the back of your head because you can be like, oh dang, like I'm trying to make this work and I just can't get it to work or this and that. And it's like, well, take a step back. Like, is this actually what God wants for your life? And if
Yeah.
it's not, then well, it's something that He does want for your life, or that's made for you or that you can do. So
Yeah.
I feel like
No,
that
I
too.
I agree. I mean, it's like it's not like everybody says, "Oh, like just like you got to pray about it." And like some people are like, "Oh, praying's not going to do nothing." But like honestly, like praying helps out so much. Like obviously like God's going to answer your prayers as long as you um how do you say it? Like as long as you're faithful to God, like he's going to answer your prayers, you know?
Yeah.
I mean like for instance, I was struggling hardcore. Like I had a job at FedEx. I was working like 20 hours a week. Like it was, 16.50 an hour. It wasn't bad, but 20 hours a week was horrible, Um sometimes it would be less. It was like 15 hours a week, you know. And then obviously like I had gotten cut off. And so I was without a job for 3 months. So all the bills and stuff like that I had to pay, I had to pull out from my savings. And that's all the money I had. And then for like probably a month, like a month or 2 months, I had no money. I didn't have a job, you know, but I was paying for myself. Like when my Dodge broke down and stuff like that,
Yeah.
like Bob literally paid for it. And then he was like, "Well, when you get a job, like you got to pay me back." I'm like, "All right, that's cool." And man, I prayed so much. Like I was applying at fast food places, and I promised myself, I was like, I'm never gonna apply for a fast food job. After my experience, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Aiden used to work at Taco
Taco
Bell.
Bell. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, the food kind of slapped. All right, don't judge me.
uh,
Don't judge me. But I was like, I applied to Whataburger. I tried to go to Target and stuff like that, and nobody got back to me. And then shout out to our dad. He was literally like, "Hey, let me text Odie. He's work guy. Odie
Yeah.
got the bank, and then I got a position at the bank, and it was like such a blessing because I prayed so hard, and I prayed for probably you can ask Neely. I prayed so hard for like 3 months. Like I was like, God, like if these people don't hire me, then it's a sign. Like obviously that job's not for me right now. And I can honestly say God has blessed me with a really great job. And further on in the future, I know He has better plans for me with photography and stuff like that. Which it's going good so far. But praying helps so much, and it's not something that you can just be like, oh, like all right, I'm just gonna pray about it, whatever. Like
Yeah.
you have to be genuinely sincere about it.
Yeah.
Like you can't just pray and be like, oh, I'm done. Like
Yeah.
and a lot of people like get mistaken for that because that's what they do.
Yeah.
But no, praying definitely helps.
Yeah, for sure with anything. I was just thinking about that the other day. How like because I had a while back ago, I had thought about going ahead and keeping record of all my prayer requests I've been like asking the Lord for or to show me. And then every month going and seeing which one of those prayers have been answered or that I have heard or that I've seen be answered and stuff. And I haven't done that specifically, but I just meditate on it mentally, in my head. And I know one thing that was like huge for me was seeing our family like not being so divided,
Hmm.
because that's been something that's been huge for me. I mean, obviously we grew up kind of divided because our dad and mom got divorced. They both remarried, and so, we've kind of have to like share a household type of thing
Yeah.
all of our childhood. Um and even, going into adulthood and stuff. And so like seeing how the Lord has moved in that area, even in these last 5 months, has been like really beautiful and just like, something that you're just like, wow, like no one could have done that. Only God, like
Yeah.
God did for sure.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like crazy. Like when you take a step back and you just like look at, okay, like what has been answered in my life right now? Or like what is being answered right now? Because there's always something happening. Like
Yeah.
there's not a moment in our lives, even when it doesn't look like something's happening. Like if you take a step get to like look and really think, like, you know, even the fact that maybe you drove to Dallas today and you came back to Sherman, like, and you were safe, like that's a blessing, especially with how many
Hmm.
accidents and stuff happened today and just like all that stuff. Like, I don't know, there's just so many things that sometimes we even take for granted where it's like you didn't know, but like your mom prayed for you before you left your house that you would be safe and like you returned back safe. Like
Yeah.
that was an answered prayer,
Yeah.
Like I don't know, it's just so many different things and it's like crazy when you actually take a step back and you're like, whoa, like God actually did that. Like he came through.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Next
Let
question.
me see what other question I have. I have, what is one word you would use to describe our childhood relationship?
Our childhood relationship. Man, I would say like man, that's hard because like our childhood relationship was fun. Like low key, it was fun. Um.
We would fight a lot,
Oh
like
yeah.
when we got
Yeah.
older, like preteen age. We would roast each other. We were so mean.
Yeah, but we'd play around. It was playing around.
No, we would get
Oh
we
yeah,
would
yeah,
both
yeah.
get butthurt and
Oh yeah,
cry.
yeah. We would, but most of the time we play around. No, I could say like one word that would describe our childhood would probably like be uh I don't know how you say it, like I don't know how to say it. Like it's like you've experienced a lot of things,
Mhm.
you know? I mean, I know
So
it's not
just
one
like
word, like, but like,
our childhood relationship, you feel like it's full of
yeah,
experiences.
experiences, yeah. Um, because obviously, like we grew up together, obviously, until you moved out, and we were always there for each other. Through the ups, downs, you know, in school, out of school, stuff like that. We always had fun. We always, made fun of each other. I could easily say like we didn't have like that brother sister hate. You know, we
Mm-hmm.
always had we've always had a good brother and sister relationship. But like our childhood, I guess you could say it'd be like be that.
Yeah. I feel like a word I would use to describe it for me would be mm, like close and uh confident, because a lot of times like we would share things with one another, and even like although majority good stuff, like oh my god, like this happened to me today, or like oh my god, like the teachers told me this today, or I got this grade, or I made this tryouts, like all those good things, but also like hard things that like oh
Yeah.
my gosh, like I have no one to talk to about this, it's midnight, I'm going to my brother's room and talking to him about
Yeah.
it. Like I feel like those things made us closer, and the fact that we were able to talk about it. Because I mean, I know like siblings, and um, sometimes it's hard to express with your siblings like your problems or like your worries and stuff. But at least for me and you, like it wasn't hard for us to, and like I feel like it made us really close because we were able to like trust each other in that, in our
Yeah.
emotions, and like you know if we were scared to tell anyone else, we knew that we could at least tell each other, and like, we would be okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like close and like confident because we were really, like really close growing up, and just always like tried to give each other advice on
Yeah.
things and
It was
stuff
like
like that.
encouraging, like an encouraging.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Besides when we would pick on each other.
Yeah, I still remember
I would
when
roast you for your
it would get
buck
so
teeth, and then
bad.
you would roast me for my acne.
It would get so bad because even Bob would be like, "Hey, I need to calm down," and he'd actually think we were like being serious and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
mean, we
I'm
were,
really
but like,
sensitive as it is. I
yeah,
would just
that's
cry. Be like, he hates me. Yeah. But then at the end of the day, like if someone would come up to me and talk crap, like you would have my back. So it's like
oh yeah,
whatever.
definitely overprotective. I'll say
Yeah.
that.
Okay, what is your favorite thing about me? And what is your least favorite thing about me?
Oh man, so this is where the story begins, guys.
Bruh.
Nah, favorite thing that I can favorite thing about you, right?
Mm-hmm.
My favorite thing about you is that you like going out of your way to do things. Um, like, like you, for instance, like, I mean, you moved yourself, um, from, I'm not gonna say a bad environment, but from a chaotic environment, and you prayed about it and, you went to a newer environment, and tried it out and now you like it, you know? Um, Shout out to my brother-in-law Ricky. Um, I mean, I'm honestly proud of both of you guys because like y'all both go out of y'all's way. From you going to one church to another, it is kind of hard. From you, you know, I mean, it can be anything like family, work wise, um, and then I mean, I can honestly say that like you definitely go out of your way. That's probably my favorite thing about that. And then obviously your relationship with God, like you push yourself to have a better relationship every day. And that's one thing that I can definitely say is one of the best things. One of the least favorite things about you? So clumsy,
I
bro.
know.
No,
I
I
was
was
gonna say
kidding.
you're either gonna say communication or
No, bro. Okay, let me tell y'all
because you
something.
get so bothered when like you
Communication,
text me and then I
I
text you and
promise.
then you text me and I don't text you back. And you're like, I literally texted you back.
Y'all, when I say she does not text me back, I mean she does not text me back. She'll
It's
text me at
honestly
like,
so hard to open your mess. Like it's so much work mentally to open up your messages when you have like 10 messages and you're just like, holy crap, I'm gonna have to open them and respond to each. Like sometimes it's a lot. I know that
well,
sounds bad, and I love messaging back people and texting, but like sometimes it just like I'm a full time student and I'm working like
nah,
man,
that's true.
sometimes it's just like too much.
Shit, I got a full-time job. Come on now. No, but like
Me
honestly,
and Ricky always play around about getting flip phones, like old flip phones, and I'm
ah,
just like,
heck
not,
no.
yeah,
Uh-uh.
yeah,
Uh-uh.
no.
Nah, yeah, I could honestly say probably communication low key. I mean, now that you mentioned it, like it's just like it's so annoying. I'm like, cause she'll text me, cause you'll text me and you'll be like, "Hey, brother," I'm like, "Hey, sis, what's up?" And then nothing until the next day,
But I
and then
thought
I'll
about you,
call
like I
you,
texted you, you
and
know,
then I'll call
like.
you, make sure everything's all right. She doesn't answer, and I'm like, "So what? Like, what's going on?"
But then you always call me at the worst times because then he'll call me and I'm at like worship practice or I'm at Bible study or last time you called me, like I literally had it was Saturday. I had the house full of all the girls that were doing all my birthday stuff with me, and like I was trying to help, like, and you're
Yeah.
like calling me, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But yeah, I feel like you always call me at the worst times.
Well, I gotta call you somehow because you don't respond to my text. I'm
I'll
like,
do better.
bruh,
I'll do better.
Ricky does better than you.
That's debatable.
Nah, Ricky does
That's
better than you.
debatable. That's really
I'm like,
debatable.
all right, my
He's
brother-in-law
worse
actually
than
responds to me.
me.
All right.
Whatever. He's a lot worse than me when it comes to that. But yeah, I can work on that. Well, my favorite thing about you is that you're very. I have a few favorite things about you, I guess. Because you're very outgoing and like bubbly and smiley. Um, you're very um goal minded. Like you've set a lot of goals and you try to like, go for them. Um, okay, yeah. Jesus. Um, what else is my favorite thing about you? Um, yeah, you're very social, outgoing, bubbly, and I love that because it makes it easy to like hang around you sometimes, especially like I remember even when I used to be like frustrated and stressed and stuff, and I'd be around you, like it didn't feel like you were like making me even more like not annoyed because yeah, sometimes annoyed, but like like I don't know, like negativity or anything like that, like you because
Yeah,
you're so like smiley and bubbly
yeah.
and stuff. Besides when you're upset and then you're like sarpus face, like we
Heck
used to
yeah,
say.
bro. Heck yeah. When you make me
um,
mad, man, you better not talk to me.
um, and that's that Boricua side of you,
Heck
boy.
yeah.
Mm-mm. Um, what else? Yeah, yeah, I would say those two. Those two are some of my favorite things about you, and that you're like really like you're always down to do something. Like if I'm like, hey bro, let's go do this. You're like, yeah, I'm down. Let's go. Like let's go do it.
Yeah,
But like, tell me the actual day, bro. Like let's go. Like let's
yeah,
actually do it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let me send you a date because you're like actually like I want the date. Like I want
yeah.
to do it, and that's really good. It's a really good mindset to have. It's that doer mentality. And then least favorite thing would be sometimes you say you're gonna do something and you don't do it.
Bro.
Like you'll be like, yeah, I'll be there. And I'm like, bro, where are you? And you're like, oh yeah, I couldn't go.
Bro, that's
And I'm
me.
like,
That's
bro,
definitely me.
what? Like you literally said you were
I
gonna
can't
go.
deny that.
Like, yeah.
Nah, I
So
ain't gonna
sometimes
lie.
you be flaky.
I ain't
You
gonna
be
lie. I
flaky.
ain't gonna lie though. Sometimes I just like I'll just say yeah I'm gonna go and then I don't show up just cause
Flaky.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I get tired sometimes.
They should call you Mr. Flakes.
Hey, I'm gonna have to let me get a gold chain. It's gonna be flaky.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh,
I'm gonna change my photography name to Flaky Photography.
they ain't gonna hire you, boy. They gonna be like, he flaky. He ain't gonna show
That's
up to my
crazy.
shoot.
Nah, yeah, I
Uh,
could definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
yeah. Let's see. I have one last one. And it's if today was our last day, what would we each say to each other?
Dang.
Uh, deep one.
I'd be like, here's my safe number.
Uh,
There's some money in there. Go take it. Nah.
I'll
Why
take
you gotta
it.
make
Give
this
me the
one so deep,
digits.
bro?
We gotta finish
She
off
had to make this
deep.
one so deep.
Of
Nah, I
course.
could definitely say like I would just appreciate everything that you've done. Honestly. Um, I mean, obviously since day when you've been there for me. Um, I don't know if I can say the same. We're not gonna talk about that though. Um, but yeah, I can definitely say like you've definitely been there for me. Um, like no doubt. I mean, everybody, no matter what like emotion you feel towards me, like you're always gonna be there for me. Whether you're mad at me or happy with me, like you're always gonna be there. Um, so on like if my last words would probably be like, thank you for everything. Honestly. Even though it's like a simple thing to say, it's not really simple because not a lot of people show appreciation.
Yeah.
People don't get a lot of thank yous nowadays, for stuff that they've done.
Yeah.
Um, but like simple but not simple answer, like you've always like thank you for always being there for me, especially as an older sister. Like even though I look older probably with all my facial hair.
Yeah. They're like, your younger brother? How old is he? And I'm like, yes, younger
I'm like, I'm
brother.
21, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Take me
Yeah,
to the
no.
bar. No, I'm just kidding.
Good Lord.
Nah, but um, like especially as an older, I mean, it's hard as an older sister being there for your younger brother. Like now that you're married, like you're still there for me. Um,
I
even though
try. I
even though you're
overfill my plate too
yeah.
much. Start a whole candle business. I ain't even got time.
Hmm. I'm like, hey, what you doing? Making candles. I'm like, "Damn, okay, like, don't take a break, bro. Okay. Um, but yeah, like you've always been there. Even now that you're out of the house, because I mean you were there for me more when you were in the house, because obviously we were with each other, but I mean you're still there for me now. Even though you got your own husband, shout out Ricky.
Shot Ricky.
Um, but yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah. Thank you. Sweet words.
Got you.
Um, I would say I'm proud of you, probably.
Dang,
Because
probably.
no, like I'm saying, like if it was our last day, like that's probably what I would tell you is I'm proud of you. Because I feel like as a younger sibling, you always kind of get compared to the older sibling. Like, well, your older sibling's doing this, your older sibling can do that. And like, because that's easy to like do mentally to yourself and for other people to chip in and say those things.
Hmm.
But like, we're all made differently. We all have different talents. We all have different, strong suits. We all have different mindsets. We all have different paths, and
Yeah.
that's okay. We weren't created to all go the same rate, the same speed, the same day, the same race. And so, like, I would just reaffirm you that, like, I'm proud of you and everything that you have worked towards. Um, and I would just encourage you to continue to be a better man because there's always room for improvement. And I don't know why, but I feel like for men, it can be really easy to get kind of prideful and like macho and like, I know it all. But you will never know it all. And there's always something to
Yeah.
learn. And so I would probably just encourage you to always find a way to just be a better person, better man in faith and out of faith in practical ways. So I would like say like, yeah, I'm proud of you and everything that you've done, like everything you're accomplishing and your own path that you've worked on and that you've created. You did it, for yourself, and to encourage you that like, as a man, there's still going to be opportunities for you to grow and to become better and and I would look forward to you doing that.
Hey, appreciate it. Some sincere words. Appreciate
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
promise you, I'm not crying. I got a runny nose. I'm like
Uh-huh.
over
It's
here.
okay.
I'm
It's
over here.
okay, Yoron. You've always been
I'm
sensitive.
over here
You
like,
can
but I'm not crying. It's just my
whatever.
allergies. I
Give me a
promise.
hug.
I promise. It's just my allergies.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in today on this sweet sibling duo episode. Thank you for coming on. It's super fun to have you.
Of course. Thank you for letting me be known. Feels great. Feels great. Feels
We're not
great.
hiding you.
No, not anymore. Feels like I was locked up, you know? Felt like what's her name? That princess Tangled. I was locked up, man. Nobody knew who I
Oh
was.
my
I came to your
god.
party, bro, and they're like, "Who's this kid?" And then I go out there. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm
That's because
Sadia's
you don't
little
come around
brother."
enough. See, Evis, you gotta come around more. Tell him, guys, you gotta come around more because
Hey, I'm
he be
fun. I'll tell you
busy.
that.
He be
I'm
busy.
fun. I'll get it crunk. Let's get crunk. That's an old word.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you guys for joining and tuning in and listening on this sweet episode with us. We hope that you guys have a good rest of your day. If you need any quinceañera pictures, regular pictures, birthday pictures, Elijah's photography is his photography name. You can go and follow and support and book. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for coming.
We'll be back.
Love you guys. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.